This is the Peace Mobilizer Fellowship Charter.
We South Sudanese peace mobilizers envision for our country
good governance and respect for human rights.
Peaceful communities with common markets, free movement and properties protected.
Improvement of basic services and infrastructures.
Memorial historical sites.
السلام المستدامة في مجتمع المتعددة الثقافات.
Gender-sensitive communities with respect for women's rights.
Peaceful society in quality education for all.
We commit to the following values and ideas in the pursuit of reconciliation.
Conducting ourselves in an ethical manner, humility, integrity, honesty, and neutrality.
Ensuring our dialogues are inclusive. All who respect the principle of dialogues will be welcome to participate.
We peace mobilizers are committed to being peacemakers who do not take any side.
Who see the people as equal in face of God.
All information shared with us will be treated confidential.
Restoring confidence in our communities.
To build trust and mutual understanding between divided communities, families and individuals.
استمع بكل اهتمام لكل ما يقوله الناس.
كن حساس ومحترم لكل ثقافات جنوب السودان المتعددة ومعتقدات والديانات.
Polite to everyone in context.
Be tolerant to each individual point of view.
Being approachable and available to everyone who wants to share their stories or seeks our counsel.
Striving to build unity between our communities.
To encourage peace, reconciliation in our community.
Challenging the use of harmful stereotypes.
Being humble and honoring everybody's spiritual and religious ideas.
Striving to enhance our knowledge of our community by analyzing the root cause of the conflict.
Hereby understanding its impact on who we are today.
Striving to bring love and respect to all people of South Sudan.
Hi, my name is David Vincent and we are here at Juba Landmark Hotel. We've just concluded 3 days Peace Mobilizers Fellowship. And at this fellowship we had 50 Peace Mobilizers that have just reconnected. The Peace Mobilizers Fellowship initiative was designed for our alumni to reconnect and re-energize, share stories and ideas, encourage each other, and lay the foundation to sustain connections moving forward. The fellowship consists of our Peace Mobilizers alumni who have been trained by our team across 4 national trainings since 2013. There are currently 350 alumni representing all areas of South Sudan and many different tribes committed to grassroots peace building. The history of Peace Mobilizer Fellowship started with the training of 200 Peace Mobilizers in 2013. There were 3 subsequent trainings under the Committee for National Healing, Peace and Reconciliation as the community-driven process continued. Yay Training 2014 again drew people from all regions of the nation. It was a special time for many of our participants to work with people from other tribes for the first time. Living together for 4 weeks was a unique opportunity to wrestle with issues of division such as stereotyping. In 2015, we held 2 regional trainings in Kwajok and Torit. The emphasis of all our training and this fellowship initiative has been the role of personal transformation and the character of a peacemaker in our journey of reconciliation. We have dealt with themes of starting with yourself, building trust across divides within and between communities, and addressing the root causes of conflict. It's been amazing to hear how the alumni have taken on these challenges in their lifestyles and into their communities, helping others to see the need for non-violence and personal integrity for the work of peace in South Sudan. During the week, we heard many inspiring stories, such as the story from Reverend Stephen Mayuen and Sultan Bagat Makwach of peace building between Dinka Ngok and Misiria in Abyei.
The successful initiative is the one I had initiated in Abyei with the Sultan Bagat. The other side of the community came and killed the paramount chief of Dinka Ngok. Had the communication and even relationship broke. They don't meet, they don't talk, and they had so many conditions.
In 2004, in June, when I went to Abyei, and the first time I went to Abyei, I met with Sultan Bagat and the other chiefs in the community. I tried to introduce, trying to reconnect Dinka Ngok and Misiria, which was very, very difficult in the beginning. But they realized staying like that is not helpful. They were in a huge conflict. Misiria came and killed the paramount chief of Dinka Ngok. And they burned down the whole town of Abyei. What I do was, I bring them together. They talk, they discuss what they think would help them, what they think would really help bringing them together and negotiate so that such kind of things don't repeat themselves. So in February 2016, that's when they finally come together and meet in a certain place called Nong. After they met, they discussed, they put an agreement, they wrote an agreement, they signed an agreement, something that Misiria cannot do, something that both communities cannot do. After they agreed something that they can do, they agreed they open a market. And that market has become international market now. And they form a peace committee, members from Misiria and members from Dinka Ngok. And they are the one ruling that market now. There is no government. And before we reached to that market, it was not easy for two communities to meet. And if I have come and this situation is there, even if I get killed, I have to do it for that peace to come, because it was us who brought this conflict between two communities, and it must be us also to solve this problem. That's where I got the courage.
The Peace Mobilizer alumni are scattered across South Sudan, many doing incredible work. However, they are currently isolated. This means their encouraging stories have limited reach and they are unable to share resources and ideas. Our aim is to create and grow a sustainable network of peace mobilizers across the divides throughout South Sudan. We envision a network with resilience and deeper collective wisdom. This will be our part in contributing to the ongoing peace efforts at all levels, including the work of National Dialogue and the South Sudan Council of Churches. The first evening of our fellowship gathering was an opportunity to reconnect and share stories. It was particularly significant to have alumni join who have been displaced by the conflict and are now based in refugee camps in Uganda and protection of civilian camps in Juba. There was a longing to hear each other, sharing challenges and successes.
My name is Sidonia Abukir. I'm peace mobilizer since the time we were being trained in Yei, 2014. I have no mind to say because I'm happy. I met with those I met training with them, and that time we scattered. No one met with the others. Like the rest of my colleagues here, I did not meet with them. So I'm really happy because I met with them today.
My name is Antuma Dawood. I'm from Darfur, but currently I'm a refugee in Uganda. Let me go straight away why I'm here. I felt that a refugee is not a victim. We are not the victims. We don't look at ourselves our victims, but we have something also to contribute to the society. Every time I feel when I'm coming to South Sudan, I feel like I'm coming to my family. Yes, those of Tango, Joseph, and everybody here. Playing a positive role to my life.
It is my role as a citizen of this country to participate in the peacemaking, in the reconciliation, even though it is not easy, it is very difficult, but I have to persist, continuing participating, maybe because I'm hoping that in my process doing this, I will achieve something in collaboration with my brothers and sisters. That's why I'm here. Thank you very much.
Reconciliation is not a project. It is a way of life. We began the second morning reflecting on this challenge before exploring the theme of fellowship and what strengthens it.
This is not, emotional. It's not just an occasional thing. It is a permanent attitude. So what attitude do we bring daily onto the environment where we are, where people are tearing each other apart, where people are biting each other? Hope is something that sustains us. And I hear a lot about people saying, the church is the hope for this country. But I say, not until the people, the Christians, live out what it means to be a Christian, there is no hope. Yes, God is sovereign, but it doesn't take away our responsibilities as individuals to do that which we can in our power, in our generation, in such a time as this. It may be costly, but let's be bold and reject the kind of incitement, the kind of stereotyping, the kind of hate speeches that goes around.
We believe that having a vision for our nation is important. So we explored this together, sharing hopes and visions for what peace would mean to our communities and the role of the fellowship in supporting this vision. We then looked at the challenges that currently stand in the way of our vision for this fellowship. There was a great energy as we brainstormed specific actions we could take to move past the challenges.
I will go and form another community outreach fellowship peace network in my community.
I have this global education which will make me to move to cattle camp area and island, where those children which are just there, they don't even have access to the school. So I have to focus on them and how they can get that and adult education.
Under the commission that I'm heading, we have already planned, myself, I plan to organize conferences, dialogues, meetings, workshops, and training within Juba and across the country.
I'm looking forward on establishing or organizing annual sports event among children in Juba town, stock schools targeting the Niggers group who are not only beating but killing their own friends.
I've come up with just a little bit. I'm coming from very far area where in our community women are not treated equally like men. So I'm just came up with the women empowerment and girl education. Thank you.
My project is the establishment of the women mentorship spaces. My vision is a bit wider. It's not only one state, rather it is with all the states of South Sudan. and Africa as a whole. So make sure that Rose is with you, wherever you are.
The atmosphere of these 4 days showed a longing among alumni to reconnect and a passion to continue the work of peace in their own communities, despite the challenges. There was an emphasis on the notion that in order to have peace in South Sudan, it starts at home, and personal next steps reflected this.
My next step that I'm going to take is, as in this fellowship here has really taught me a lot. It has been 2 years ago, I had a problem with my stepmom. We couldn't even talk together. I couldn't stay where she is. I didn't even have that heart for her. Listen, to feel like to share with her. Like as I came to this fellowship, it has really taught me to go and have peace with her. And I've really learned now that when you are in a group, you sometimes get how to solve your problem, how to solve your challenges that you're having. Not everybody that's feel happy. But it has really been so bad to me. But as in right now, I'm going to have peace with her because this fellowship has really taught me a lot.
As I go from here, my next step is to go and find out the other colleagues, the peace mobilizers in my state. I know some have the information that we are here today, but some don't. And in fact, I see it is important that we find our connection also in the state so that we see how we can live the values that we have learned wherever we are and see what we can do together.
In recollection, he still has that reconciliation is not the project. So the fellowship is not the project, but is just to see each other's live in peaceful. So I will plan with my team and me, myself, so that to get all peace mobilizers who have been trained so that they have information.
Before I came in this place, I came asking nothing. But when I will go out from this place, I will go out as a peace mobilizer. So that's my next step I'm going to take from outside. Thank you for listening.
It was so exciting to see the renewed energy and vision amongst the group and their commitment to grow the fellowship, walking arm in arm for peace with their brothers and sisters from all tribes of South Sudan. Our next steps for fellowship are to hold regional gatherings, reconnect with the entire alumni group, and continue sharing our personal commitment to peace among our communities. We believe that a peaceful South Sudan is possible if we can find peace in our own hearts first.